shake on the transfer case. Built that bracket on the rear gear axis, and then another chunk of tubing. That is a custom shock bracket, or a track bar bracket I built. You can mount the track bars, and it holds the rod in for that transfer case mount. The rear, the axle is out of that 89 F-350. And then leaf springs as well. I did use overloads and a 1-inch block from a 2005 F-350. The shock brackets got relocated to the rear, but the track bars really didn't need them sitting asymmetrically, so they work out pretty good right there. Welded in a bracket to be able to keep both of them on the rear and out of the way of the track bars. Custom built a couple of shackles for the rear. Still need to finish up with a 5/8 bolt and a spacer in here to actually finish everything off, but those are a 7-inch shackle. Kept them narrow and in against the leaf on the rear is only 3 inches on the inside diameter instead of the standard 3.5. A little cleaner look. Long way to go still. The wheels and tires that are on here are kind of a filler for the moment. Most of the major fabrication work was on the front end. Swapping in that 1989 F-350 Dana 60. This is a kingpin axle, so it's got the kingpin mount points here at the top of the knuckle, and you can buy the arms to bolt on to be able to do a full crossover steering, which is what we did. So we've got the rear link tying the driver's side and passenger side together, tie rod, and then drag link back to the fitment arm. The steering box on this is out of a 79 F-350 four-wheel drive. But the biggest problem is with the mount points for the leaf spring on that axle. I can't come inboard anymore with that pumpkin, so I had to come outboard on my frame. You can see here, though, the old mounts used to sit on the bottom of the frame here. These ones, I had to build this entire bracket and bring them outboard so they'd actually work on the axle. To do that and get everything to sit, we had to drop down a full 6 inches in the front. These are the stock front leaf springs off a 1989 F-350. Again, re-welded the shock mount points to make everything work, and then used the shock towers off the F-350 as well. The steering box, the frame has been fully boxed off in here, and then we inserted some tubes in our bolt hole locations to strengthen it up. Still need to attach the drive shaft with the steering arm. And in the rear, we built a couple of drop-down brackets and Frenched out the frame a little bit to be able to get everything up in where it should be. The frame is fully boxed on the back side to reinforce it. One of the other major modifications that was done, or is still in work really, is this here. This is a Hydro Boost steering setup, power brake and steering setup out of a 2002 Duramax. So we got rid of the small 7-inch vacuum booster in favor of that larger Hydro Boost setup. With that, I had to have some custom lines made to be able to go from the booster out of that 02 Chevy down to the steering box from a 79 Ford. The motor, this was my first experience into an FE. Picked this one up on Craigslist. It had a 360 in the truck originally, but the old 360 was tired and using oil. So I found this one on Craigslist and started a rebuild on it. Ordered all the parts off Summit and just tried to do everything myself. Amazingly, it runs. But this is a board 60 over. It's got flat top pistons, about 9.8 to 1 compression ratio from measurements. I did a CC measurement in the heads and then measured the gasket and used Summit's calculator for the compression ratio. It should be about 9.8 to 1 static. The intake is a single plane. That's a Edelbrock Streetmaster single plane. They quit making those in the 70s. Found one on Craigslist. These motors, from everything I've read, run extremely well with a single plane intake, as long as you have a smaller carb on them. This is a Edelbrock 650 carb and a 2-inch tower spacer. Still going to do some body work, just kind of holding off on most of that. The interior is largely stock. So many memories of my grandfather with this truck, I really didn't want to change much. A little bit for the Navy chief. But, other than that, she's pretty stock. We redid the floorboards, repainted everything and cleaned it up a little bit. I still got to get the carpet in. But idle's nice. It's got the comp cams, 279 cam in it. Oil pressure holding steady, about 65. Pretty responsive. Sounds nice, runs nice. I still got to figure out something for my exhaust. I think we'll probably try to do a true dual, come out the ass, but that's her. A year and a half in the making and probably another year to go.